Hey there, guys. This is Brent with Little Bear Tarot one more time for another video. And I kind of want to apologize for such a long absence from my last video because actually a lot happened to me in February. I think my last video was around Chinese New Year, and I had a relationship kind of end after that. And then after that, one of my best friends decided to move to Australia, so it was not the best month for me. And actually, it was kind of strange because a person who stopped contacting me like months and months before, decided to dump me as well, which was kind of strange. I mean, I wasn't brokenhearted about it because it ended a long time ago, but it's just like, February just likes to dump everything on me, and this happened before the retrograde, so I don't know, just the feeling of February was not with me. Now we're in like the middle of the retrograde now. I'm not feeling it really that much. I kind of felt it maybe in February. Like, I don't know if there was something with Taurus energy that it affected me early, but yeah. Anyway, today I wanted to talk a little bit about oh, you can see my screen in the background. Like 2 weeks ago, it fell down like 12 stories under the road, and I had to like rush down and grab it, and then luckily like no one was hurt by the whole fiasco. But yeah, that's why you see my screen to my window in the back of the video. But anyway, I want to talk about this deck that I kind of saw it in the tarot shop a couple of times, and I got into Mudras about I would say about 9 months ago, 10 months ago. I took a shadow work course by Benabel Wen, and although it didn't really accomplish what I thought it would, one of the valuable tools that I learned from the course was actually about mudras. And mudras are kind of like, if you do yoga or if you've seen any Buddhist statues before, like maybe I can show you without breaking her. This is my Guanyin statue. If you can see, if you can see, she has her hands like in a position, right? And actually, a mudra is just a hand position, basically. And the thoughts are that our fingers are actually, our hands actually contain like the power of the elements. So for example, the thumb is space. I need to like look at the book to kind of tell you everything. So the thumb is space. Let me go here. Oh, sorry. The thumb is fire. The index finger is air. And we have space. The middle finger is space, earth, and water. And by simply touching our fingers in certain ways, we can promote kind of healing within ourselves, and as well as in our bodies and our minds. And I've kind of experiment with mudras a lot and discovered that they do have a pretty powerful healing effect. Pretty much similar to Reiki, actually. So even though you're not really like a Reiki master or you haven't been attuned to Reiki, you can still work with energy. And I think that's what a lot of people don't know. Energy is all around us. It's unavoidable. Like thoughts are energy. Like working with the law of attraction is energy. That's energy work as well. So just because you're not attuned to Reiki, it doesn't mean you can't work with energy. There's all sorts of ways, like those who practice Wicca or other faiths like this, or rituals, something of this nature, that's energy work. So is prayer. Prayer is energy work as well. you're actually asking the universe or God for help in a matter or help working with something. So that's a very powerful force. And mudras are something that we have power and access to, in addition to meditation and Reiki and crystals and all this other stuff. So that was a long introduction, I know, but I just today I couldn't pass up the opportunity to kind of I don't know, it just caught my eye, and I was like, well, I'm kind of like shifting my kind of my spiritual. Sorry, if you don't like the long introduction, you can always speed up the voice or speed up the speed of the video, so like 1.5. So anyway, so especially if you're new to like the New Age community or just new to like different modes of spirituality, you'll find that like, okay, you just have, there's a lot at first, and then all of a sudden you kind of shift and mold your own path based on kind of what is working for you, because not everything is going to work for you, right? Anyway, so just in the midst of this kind of like spiritual or kind of this mental molding or changing that I'm going through, I've been using the tarot less and less actually, and using the oracles more and more, because I think oracles can have, like, tarot's really great actually, but sometimes you just, a lot of oracles can give you, they have like a theme that you want to work on, like for example the Power of Surrender cards or the Language of Surrender cards, both which I am a huge fan of. Actually I have one right here on my desk. This is called The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beadle. So kind of like, I've been working a lot more with like these types of cards, like that promote self-healing. I'm well aware of the issue of what I need to work on, but these are kind of offer a more gentle approach, and sometimes, and especially with like affirmation decks, they can kind of push you or kind of like give you a lot of mental stimulation that's very healing. And this was one of them. So I thought, okay, why not, you know, buy this deck? I haven't heard a lot about it actually, to be honest with you. I mean, you can definitely use it as an oracle deck. I think it's more for like a deck that you kind of, you shuffle the cards and then you pull 2 or 3 or 1 and then do a mudra, and that's kind of like, in a way it's a customized healing session from the universe. Like, you're customizing your own healing, right? You don't have to go to a specialist, you don't have to go to a therapist, although I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just saying, like, this is kind of a quick or a very customizable way to kind of work on yourself and self-heal, and I just love it. I love this concept, right? And I wonder, like, if there's a tarot out there that like has mudras already in it, a mudra tarot, that would be awesome. But I'm not aware of anything like that right now. And anyway, before we start, this is the box. It's called Mudras for Awakening the 5 Elements, and it's just a beautiful box. It has 40 cards in it. There's another accompanying deck that's called Mudras for Awakening, for Spiritual Awakening or something, but I had to look through both of them and I decided to buy this first. Because I've received kind of training in shamanism or shamanic practice, so I feel like this more closely aligns with kind of what I'm working on right now. The box, like I said, the box is beautiful. You can keep your cards in here, they'll be safe. I think US Games did a very wonderful job of presenting this. This is from 2017, and it's by Alison de Nicola, and the artwork is Sabina a spinner. So yeah, they have the artist there, which is nice. Um, the guidebook is just amazing. I would buy it. Like, you could just buy the deck just for the guidebook. It's in full color. Like, if you don't want to use the cards, you could just like bring this on a plane or something and just flip through it and practice mudras on the plane. Which I'm going back to America in about 4 weeks. So for me, I'm going to take this on the plane and just like, while I have a 12-hour, 14-hour layover, I can just like use this. So you can see it's in full color, and it kind of explains the mudras, it explains the elements, it explains each mudra. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing book, and it's sturdy. I mean, you can throw this in your bag and go off and do whatever you want. So I highly recommend it. What it comes with are these, I mean, one downside is it does on the back have like the explanation. So it says what does it assist with, what are the benefits, what element it is, so they're color coded based on element, the instructions, as well as kind of a focus or affirmation. So I think it's pretty cool, and it shows you like on the front it shows like how to do the mudra, as well as kind of at the top a keyword, and at the bottom I want to say the Vedic or the Hindi name for it. And it also comes with 5 element cards. So we have earth, water, fire, air, and space. And what I do, and I just briefly had a kind of a very powerful healing session from it. What I do is I take out the 5 element cards first, and I just kind of intuitively think of a number. So I thought like number 20 or something. So I'll just take it, I'll kind of shuffle it as much as I can, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until I get to the number 20. And on this occasion it was the air element. So first I then take out the air element, lay that aside, and then I would shuffle the 35 remaining cards and then pick out 2 or 3. And then I worked on those for like 5 minutes each. And wow, it was really powerful actually. You can do it longer, like 10 minutes. Actually 10 minutes is kind of the recommended time limit, but I'm very kind of impatient, so I didn't. Yeah, and then so I laid those out, the 3 out, and then so number 1, I just, because I have a Reiki background, so I mean, you can just like kind of like, so I have a Reiki background, so I just asked for the air element, or I tried to channel the air elements, and I did like a 10 minutes kind of warm up, I guess you could say. Like I just tried to channel the element air through my body. If you're not attuned to Reiki, I would suggest you could just visualize air. It's still the same thing. Just visualize air coming in from the outside, or if you're sitting in nature, that's better. Just visualize just air coming into your body, going through it, like healing as much as it can. So it's quite a powerful experience. And then after I did kind of the element warm up, then I just followed the examples of the cards. And the card stock is kind of, it's okay. It's not, I'd say it's a little thicker than the cards from the Spirit Animal deck. A little bit thicker. And I just shuffled them, and to tell you the truth, like, this didn't bother me so much because I just shuffle, and I didn't like really look down to see, yeah. And so yeah, like I said, I just had a very powerful experience. So I think if you're really into mudras, or you're kind of into energy work, new to like energy work in general, I would totally recommend this deck. In Taiwan, I bought it for about, I'd say like 20, 23, $24, but it's not much more than that on Amazon actually. So I would definitely recommend this. And if you ever have any questions about it, you can just pop them in the comments. And if you like the video, you can like and subscribe. Um, I'm really want to put out new content soon, so but like I said, it depends on like kind of my mental health, I guess you would say. Like, am I really in the mood to record today or something? So I apologize for my long absence to all my dozens of subscribers, and I hope you like this video, and thank you very much.